Good morning, students. In this video, I'm going to explain the third chapter of your stock and commodity market, that is trading in stock market. Now we'll see the next topic. So trading procedure on a stock exchange. So to make a procedure to have a securities or to buy and sell the securities in a stock exchange, so there are some of the procedures how we are going to purchase the securities and to sell the securities in your stock market. The first and foremost thing is selection of a broker. This is very important. So when you're going to buy and sell the securities, first and foremost thing is you need to select the broker. The broker should be registered with SEBI, or you need to take a membership from the stock exchange. Through that registered broker, you need to buy and sell the securities. And so on behalf of the investor, broker will be acting as a investor. Second one is opening a demat account. So after selection of a broker, you need to open a demat account. So we all know that demat account is very compulsory to make or to purchase and sell the securities in your stock exchange. So demat account, so you can purchase and sell the securities through a electronic format, and there is no issue of physical shares in securities anymore. We all know that we have only an electronic format of buying and selling of your securities. So for that purpose, we need to open a dematerialized account, that is demat account, to hold and trade in such electronic securities. So to trade in such electronic securities, one need to have a demat account. And you can open your demat account with the service of CDSL, that is Central Depository Services Limited, and National Depository Services Limited. So these two are the depository systems or depository services limited in India. So first one is the selection of a broker. Second one is opening a demat account. The third one is placing an order. You can see here placing an order. So after opening an demat account, you need to place an order. So one can place an order. The order can be placed to the broker either in a depository participant personally or through phone or email. So for example, you need to purchase shares of XYZ company limited. So you need to place an order for some 5,000 shares. So you are going to place an order to a broker either personally or through phone or through email. You are going to ask your broker to place an order for some 5,000 shares of XYZ company limited. Next process is after placing the order, you need to execute the order. So as per the instruction of an investor, broker executes the order. So as I said in the earlier step itself, if you want to purchase XYZ company's 5,000 shares, you need to place an order. So if you are already placed with an order, you are going to give instructions. We are going to give instructions to the investor stating that yes, please take the 5,000 shares of XYZ company. So this is executing the order. So on words of the investor, the broker needs to purchase the securities of XYZ companies limited. So this is called executing the order. And you can see here the contract note contains the name and price of the securities, name of the parties, and brokerage commission charged by him. So after the broker prepares one contract note, in that contract note it contains the name and price of the securities, which company's securities and what is the price of each securities, and name of the parties, who is a purchaser, who is a seller, and what is a brokerage commission. So this contract note will be prepared by the broker itself. Next one is after executing the order, settlement. So this means actual transfer of securities. So after executing the order, you need to settle the securities. Means actually you are going to purchase the securities from XYZ company limited by transferring the amount to XYZ Company Limited. So XYZ Company Limited will transfer the securities to your Demat account. This is called settlement. And there are two types of settlement. Contract note is signed by the broker. So there are two types of settlement. First one is on the spot settlement. Second is forward settlement. On the spot settlement means settlement is done immediately, and on the spot settlement follows. So take for example, you are going to execute the order on Monday. That is Monday means T plus 2 days, it is transaction plus 2 days. Within Wednesday, you are taking each settlement. So your settlement will be conductor, your settlement will be take place on Wednesday. That is T plus 2 days, transaction plus 2 days. This is called on the spot settlement. Next is forward settlement. It means it will take place on the some future date. So all the trading in a stock exchange takes place between 9:55 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. any Monday to Friday. So this is forward settlement, means the settlement takes place in a future date, means we will not be knowing on which date the settlement takes place, but the settlement takes place in a future date. So these are the process or a procedure involves in a trading procedure of a stock exchange. First one is selection of a broker. Second one, opening a Demat account. Third, placing an order. Fourth, executing the order. Fifth is settlement. Next comes your speculation. So this speculation is very important function of your stock exchange. You can see here, speculation means purchase or sale of commodity with a view to earning profit from future price changes. Speculation here means you need to make any profit. So this is one of the very important function of your stock exchange, with a view to earning a profit from future price changes. Speculation means here buying or selling the securities with a view of making a profit or with a view of earning a profit. In other words, speculation is buying of an asset or a financial instrument with the hope that the price of an asset or a financial instrument will increase in the future. So this is also one of the meaning of your speculation, buying of a financial asset or financial instrument with a view or with a hope that the price of the financial instrument may increase in the future. So if the price of the asset increases in the future, you can make a profit out of it. And there are a speculator. Speculator is a trader who approaches the financial market with the intention to make a profit by buying low and selling it to in a high profit. The speculator is a person in a speculation business in a stock market. He is a trader who approaches the financial market with the intention to make a profit by buying the securities for low cost and selling them to a high profit. So we'll see there are 4 types of speculators, kinds of speculator: bull, bear, stag and lame duck. The first is bull. A bull is an optimistic speculator. So here see bull. The bull is an optimistic speculator. Optimistic here means he is very confident in whatever the work he is doing. That is an optimistic speculator. He expects the rise of the price of a securities in which he deals. So whatever the dealings are there, he wants to make the rise in the price of securities. Take for example, the bull had purchased 5 shares of XYZ Company Limited for rupees 10 each. So 10 each of 5 securities he had purchased from XYZ Company Limited. What he expects is he wants the price of each share to be rise in the future market. As I said, for 5 shares he had paid some 50 rupees. For 1 share value is 10. So he expects the rise in the securities. So if the price of security is 15 rupees in the future date, so he gets a profit of rupees 5. So this is how the bull market works. Therefore, he enters into a purchase transaction with a view to sell them at a profit in the future. The main intention of this bull market or bullish market is he wants each and every security to be sold in the market for a profit only. So he purchased with a view to make a profit. So you can see reasons for bullish market: strong economic growth, steady rise in the stock prices, high investor confidence, and foreign investors. So these are the reasons for your bullish market. Strong economic growth, yes. So if you want to have a strong economic growth of a country, one needs to enter into a bullish market where you can make a profit. And steady rise in the stock prices. So the prices of your stock will be increasingly more when he expects rise in the stock price. And high investor confidence, as I said, he is a optimistic speculator, means he will be having very good confidence in his market. And foreign investors, so this is also one of the reason for a bullish market. Even the foreign investors also invest in this bullish market. The next is here bear. So a bear is a pessimistic speculator who expects a sharp fall in the price of the certain securities. So this is a very dead opposite for a bullish market. Bullish market wants the price of a securities to rise, but this bear market is pessimistic speculator who expects sharp fall in the price of securities. So he wants the prices should be fall in the securities. And he enters into a selling contract in certain securities on the future date. If the price of the security falls as he expects, he shall get the price difference. So what the thought of this bear market or a person or a speculator is, he wants the securities market or a security price to be fall. Take for example 5 securities at rupees 10. He expects the 10 rupees should come down to 9, 8 or sometimes 5. So in that price difference he is going to make a profit. So he is a speculator who expects a future fall in prices. He does an agreement to sell securities at a future date at a present market rate. So he is called as a bear because his altitude resembles with bear, as the bear tends to stamp its victims down to earth through its paws. In simple, the bear speculator forces of prices of securities to fall through his activities. So short selling is possible by borrowing the shares from a broker to sell. So what the bear market is? So this bear market is a pessimistic speculator. He wants the prices of a securities to be fall. So in this difference, he is going to make a transactions over year. So this difference, the price difference, is a profit for a bear market. And the next is reasons for the bearish market. This is stagnant economic growth. So there will be a constant economic growth and falling corporate profits. If the price of a securities is coming down, means so there will be obviously falling the corporate profits. Lack of confidence. So he does not have any confidence in rise in the securities market and falling in prices. So as I said, the bearish market is a market where the prices of a securities will be fall down. Next is stag. A stag is considered as a cautious investor when compared to bull and bear. So this stag is a very cautious investor when compared to bull and bear. He is very cautious when he is going to invest in the securities market. He is a speculator who simply applies for fresh shares in new companies with a sole object of selling them at a premium or profit as soon as he gets the shares allotted. So what is the main idea or what is the main role of this stag is he purchases the new shares of a new company. Take for example ABC company is very new company, so that is coming into a secondary market. What this stag will do, this stag will purchase the fresh shares of a new companies, fresh shares of ABC companies by sole object of selling them at a premium. So he purchased the shares of rupees 10 and all of a sudden he had taken a lot together shares, means some thousands together shares he had purchased from ABC Company Limited. Very next month the share price of ABC Company Limited is rised through 20 rupees, means that premium, the difference premium is 10, he will be enjoyed in his market. So as soon as he gets the shares allotted, so he operates in a new issue market. As I said, if any new companies are coming into a secondary market, the very next step of a stag is to purchase the fresh shares of new companies by in bulk and selling them to a profit and selling them at a premium or a profit. So that is a main idea of this stag. And the last is lame duck. When a bear is unable to meet his commitment immediately, he is said to be struggling like a lame duck. So as I said, the bear market is a market where he wants to reduce or decrease in the price of a securities. That is the main theme of the a bearish market or a bear market. So if in case when a bear is unable to meet his commitment, so for example every market or every company is making a profit, means there is no chance for a bearish market where he expects fall in the price of a securities. So in that is a place or that is a situation where the bear cannot do anything when it comes to his commitment. So this situation will be like a lame duck. So lame duck is a duck where it is waiting for the moment to catch the fish in the water or in a pond. So this lame duck is like a bearish market when he is unable to meet his commitment immediately. So immediately he is not in a position to fulfill his commitments. So he is a speculator when a bear operates finds it difficult to deliver the securities to the consumer on a particular day or a agreed upon price. So if in case the bear cannot match or cannot sell the securities to a consumer on agreed upon price or agreed upon date, so he struggles like a lame duck in fulfilling his commitment. He will be struggling like a lame duck. So this happens when the price do not fall as expected by the bear and other party is not willing to postpone the settlement of the next period. So as I said, if each and every company is making a profit, means there is no chance of reducing or decreasing or falling in the price of a securities. So if in case there is no falling in the price of a securities, so there is no place for a bearish market. For that situation, we will called as a lame duck. He is also one of the speculator in stock market. So next is advantages of your speculation. So welfare for the economy or welfare to the economy. So if in case enables the young companies to grow and expand and provide a price support for assets and industries that have a temporarily fallen in financial hard times or out of favor. So this is why speculators help to support and drive forward the overall economy. Though the main aim of a speculation or speculator is to make a profit. So if each and everyone are making a profit, automatically the welfare of economy will happen. Next is market liquidity. Speculators add liquidity to the market by actively trading. So actively they will be very active in making a transactions in buying and selling of securities. So by the way, you can have a very good market liquidity, easily buying and selling of securities, or you can easily convert your securities into cash. Next, risk bearing. Speculators are willing to risk lending money to companies, governments, or business ventures that either do not have established credit or that currently have a poor credit rating. So even the speculators also are risk-bearing people or a risk taker. So where he also purchases securities of different companies, governments, so other ventures. By that they are risk bearers who provide amount to some of the companies and they purchase the securities from that particular company. Next is, it reduces the fluctuation of price. Speculation has a tendency to iron out the fluctuation of prices over the time. So there will be a reducing enough fluctuation of prices of securities. The prices of securities will not be every time fluctuating in this speculation business. It even out of rate of consumption by diverting the supplies from bumper years to poor years. Means speculators are not only equalizing the supply coming to a market in each period but stabilizing the prices in the process. Thus, demand supply balance as also price stability are achieved. So the speculators are not equalizing the supply coming to a market in each period but stabilizing the prices in the process. So there will be a equalizing in the prices of the securities. And the next point is, so disadvantages of speculation, the unreasonable prices. Speculators often rise or lower the price artificially. So they may also artificially increase or decrease in the price of the securities. So this is one of the disadvantage. Next, economic bubbles. A speculative bubble results from demand by speculators, initially driving prices higher. Rising prices are a result of increased demand from speculators, followed by new buyers attracted by the rapidly rising prices, increasing demand further, so driving the market to even higher prices until the bubble bursts and the prices dramatically decline. So if in case there is an increasing in the prices of the securities, even the new buyers also attracted rapidly in rising the price. So all of a sudden there may be a burst in the bubbles. So all of a sudden if there is a fall in the prices of securities, so that will be a disadvantages for a speculator here. Next, in time of scarcity, speculators may consume the commodities from the market and reap monopoly profits. So in times of scarcity, there will be a monopoly profit also, means only a one company profit will be there. So only a one way of making a profit will be there. So these three are the disadvantage of your speculation business.